let's flip a coin. Head Carolina, tails California, somewhere greener, somewhere warmer.
Hello, it's Andy Graham of hoboontheroad.com. I've traveled nonstop for 16 plus years and went to 95 countries. I'm in Pristina, I'm not sure exactly ever how to pronounce this word, but I think it's Pristina. The girl in the stores kind of makes the T sound different, like an S. Okay, Alex D asks, would like to read your book that is available on Amazon.com. Is there a future date for a digital format? Thanks, Alex D. He's got a whole bunch of letters after his name. BS, RT, RCT, I don't know those. Okay, Alex, being that it was my first book, and I knew that a presentation on a Kindle or something like that was a, how would you say it? I mean, I have a Kindle right here, and the presentation of a book on a Kindle, you never get to look at the cover really, and it decreases the reading experience. And the value of leaving it only in book form is that the person gets the complete experience with the cover. They read it in a format that they've been reading for maybe 20 or 30 years, and it just the overall play is better. So right now, I think I've got 5 or 6 reviews on them, and they're all 5s on Amazon.com. And I've been thinking about it because what happens, truthfully, is a lot of these authors actually game the system, and they make 5s. They get all their friends to buy the book, and then they pay them or whatever, and then they game the system. But being that all these reviews and almost everything on the internet is gamed all the time, and I'm not going to do that, but I knew that it would be a better deal for people if it was a book. It would be more personable. And I didn't want any spontaneous purchases, which is what the Kindle is all about, a spontaneous purchase and they're never going to read it, right? Which is bigger money maybe, but it's not my goal of my first book. So what I'm thinking is when I get up to maybe 10 or maybe 15 reviews, and if they're good, then I would do a Kindle release. But then by then I probably would have already released my second book. So it's sadly that in a way everything's marketing all the way along the line, and I must pay attention to this because all the other writers, that's all they're thinking about. I don't actually think about money all that time, but I would like to have the best possible way. I mean, it's like watching a movie. On a big screen is much with the Dolby surround sound. It's much better than just watching it on my little baby computer here. And it's a better experience, right? And high definition. So you got the same thing with the book. So I wrote this first book to be like a brochure, as setting up the genre that I would come across as the travel expert. And it wasn't meant to ever be a highly sold book. But I also wanted, you have to be real careful in your first book because you may have to be defined as the person that wrote this book for the rest of your life. I know people that have written books that they thought was really smart, then realized later that everybody always referred to their first book. And this is, if you see it, the rules of travel. I'm the long-term traveler, the sage, the top travel blogger for National Geographic, About.com, USA Today, Forbes.com, Budget Traveler, USA Today, anything and everything you could possibly get. I'm the top travel blogger. But I wanted to also get rid of the name Hobo Traveler, right? Because hobo instantly seals in their brain. So I'm trying to lessen that name, and I did a favor for some of my readers by putting just a little logo on the back, but you see I really diminished it on the book. So I would say once it gets up to about 15 5s, I will probably release it on digital, but by then I'll have done the second book, and this one showed me is going to 90 countries, and the second one will have showed me going to about 104 or something like that. So it's I don't know. Travel books are not exactly the most intellectual books on the planet, right? So I'm not fooling myself. It's, you know, they're nice things to have in doctor's office sitting on the table sometimes, right? Okay, Andy Graham, Hobo Traveler, thank you. Who asked this? Alex. Thank you, Alex. Have a good day.